guys, Tenisha here, and I'm here today to tell you my diabetic story. So, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes last year in November. I was 17 years old, and they would still call it juvenile diabetes. And when I first found out, I cried because I thought the insulin was going to make me gain weight, which it has, but it's not like, like 50 pounds, It's not like really, really bad. And a lot of people ask me, so how'd you know? Well, I actually went to the doctor, to my pediatrician, because my stomach was hurting really bad. Every time I would eat, my stomach would just hurt so bad. So they took a... Let's continue because people were rude at my house. Anyways, so I went there and they were like, well, what's been the problem? I was like, every time I eat, my stomach hurts really bad and it's just unbearable, and it's in the middle of the night too, and it's like digesting, whatever. So she was like, okay, let's take a urine sample. So she was like, everything was good. And then she's like, wait, there's glucose in your urine, which is sugar in my pee. And I was like, okay. And she's like, you're a diabetic. And I was like, no, I'm not. I eat cookies and chocolate, even though I don't really like chocolate. But I eat sweet stuff and I'm fine. I just have like headaches, whatever. And then she was like, do you pee a lot? I'm like, yeah, I could pee like 3 times in an hour. She was like, do you drink a lot of water? And I was like, yeah, I'm thirsty all the time. She's like, those are signs of being diabetic. And I was like, okay. So she pricked my finger and my sugar was 204 at the time. So she was like, okay, I will call Cozares, which is in Louisville, Kentucky. I live in Kentucky. And my mom rushed me there and they had me stay overnight and all these tests. And this guy who took me to my room was the hottest guy ever. He was so hot. Oh my gosh. Anyways, so while I was there, they did a bunch of blood work and all that stuff. And what I really loved, I used to hate getting blood taken, but now I'm just like, whatever, it's not a big deal. But they have the stuff and it numbs you right away. That came in clutch because I was so terrified to take blood. Like, give blood, not take blood, but give my blood. And I was so terrified. I was like, are you sure this is numb? Are you positive it's numb right now? And they're like, yeah, it's numb, don't worry. And I was like, okay, I'm just making sure because I don't like needles at all. So after that, I got to stay in my room. I had to stay there for a day. Yeah, I had to stay there the rest of that day and then another half day. And they had me talk to like psychiatrists and all that stuff. And I'm like, I'm not depressed over this. Just tell me what I have to do so I can go home, change my clothes, because I was not prepared. I didn't come with a change of clothes, anything like that, because I'm thinking I'm about to go there, they're about to test me, tell me I'm diabetic, give my medication, send me home. No, that's not what happened. Excuse me. So I went there and they gave me like all these like medications and you have to keep it cool, and I was literally overwhelmed because at first I had to take insulin with everything I ate. So after that I had like this little chart, and it would have on it like it would be blood sugar divided by something, and they would give you something, and then how many carbs you're eating divided by something, and then that would tell you how much insulin you would take. And every time I eat, here's my little insulin bag. It's pink and it has a little hand sanitizer on it and a little thing I write in sometimes. I love pink. Every time I would eat, I would take Humalog. Well, this is Novolog because where I live, the military base doesn't have Humalog. They only have Novolog. So this is what I take. This is what it looks like. Oh, focus, come on. Focus. There we go. So it looks like. And then I would just take it off, and I have a needle. Here's a used one. And I would just screw it on there. And then take off the needle head, whatever. And then, depending how many units I would have to give, I would first prime my needle, and then you can like, it goes all the way up to like 60. So if you need to have 16 units of insulin, you should probably have a different meal choice. And then at night, I used to take Lantus, but now I don't take it at night no more. I take it in the morning because during the night I don't eat, so my sugar drops really, really low, and it's really dangerous for my sugar to drop that low during the night because I don't really feel it. So yeah, so it's really dangerous for that to happen. And I take 14 units of that, so that's just this much screwing. I take 14 units of that every morning when I wake up, and it's a pain in the butt because I have to poke myself first thing in the morning. And I used to take 32 units when it first started, and then it kept going lower and lower because my sugar keeps like it's not regulated because like I have a sugar level of a regular non-diabetic, but I'm diabetic, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. And then here's my glucose meter, my strips, and then here I have my little poke thing. And then also I carry a bunch of alcohol wipes, so if you ever need an alcohol wipe, I'm the girl to come to because I have them. And then I also, for my doctor, I have to keep a sugar log, which is a pain in the butt, where I write down what my sugar is, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and bedtime. And I always forget about it, and I get yelled at by my doctor because to him it's important. And I was like, so yeah. And a lot of people always question, like, is it hard being diabetic? It's not hard. Like, at first it is kind of hard, but now it's like, I know I can eat, I know I can't eat, and I judge a lot of people's food because I'm like, do you know how many carbs you're eating right now? Like, that's a lot of carbs. I do that a lot now that I am a diabetic because I know how much carbs are in, like, items. So it's not hard, and it's gotten a lot easier over the year. And yeah, they keep making tests because my mom doesn't think I'm diabetic, but the doctors think I'm a diabetic, so they keep running tests on me. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is my diabetic story. If you would like me to film like me getting up like throughout the day, I can do that. Just leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. Love you guys.